Three. All right. 3, 2, 1, action. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Rest Round Bets. This week, we're breaking down UFC Fight Night. Dan Ige versus Chan Sung Jung, also known as the Korean Zombie, in what may be one of UFC's most lackluster cards that I've seen in quite some time. There is almost no meat on this bones. I can't believe Dan Ige versus Korean Zombie is even the title or the main event, but here we are. We got a short episode today. Nick, how many bets you got?
I have two, but
Okay.
it's not going to take long to explain them. And I'm delegating once again, as I have before in the past. I will not be having a play of the week this week. These are just two straight up bets. This card fucking sucks. This is an absolute shit sandwich. If you watch this top to bottom,
You have no life. With
you,
with
you,
with
you
everything
are a
opening up.
loser of biblical proportions. I
With
don't care if everything's open up or not. I wouldn't watch this top to bottom if it was last June. If we're in full quarantine, there are better things to do with your time than sit down and watch this card. You are the ultimate Dana White nut rider. You are part of the problem if you are tuning in to watch this.
and not getting paid or not getting, like, if you just like, hey, oh shit, clock set to 6 p.m. or 4 p.m. for early prelims. I got to log into Fight Pass and watch this top to bottom. You have no friends.
The reasons that are acceptable to watch this are top to bottom, like you said, are A, you are getting paid to do so. So if you are being paid to stream or whatever the case may be, you work for the UFC, they hooked you up with tickets to go. Now, that's another thing. If you're going to this live, holy shit. Those tickets weren't free, loser. But if you didn't, yeah, so if you're not getting paid, and if you don't have, like, if you have some sort of inside information on 6 of these fights or something, and you've got like the inside track to a really slick parlay, something to that effect, then I also will give you permission to watch and not be called a loser. Any other reason that you are going to try to throw at me for watching this is mute.
You mean you're not tuning in for Casey O'Neill versus Laura Procopio or Kanako Murata versus Virna Janjarova? That's
I
not
don't think
getting you
I
out of
even
your
noticed
seat.
that Casey O'Neill's on this. I actually like Casey O'Neill,
Oh.
but I didn't even notice that she's fighting.
Yeah, well, that's us bashing the card. On to the picks. I'll go first. First up, I'm going Chaos Williams versus some. I couldn't tell if it was a Russian name or not. I'm hoping it's not. Matthew Semmelsberger. Sounds more German. I'm hoping this guy can't wrestle for shit, because if he tries to stand up Chaos Williams, Chaos is going to do what he does and just flash hands him until the guy goes to sleep. So I like Chaos Williams minus 145.
I'm almost the only. I am kind of pissed I didn't do Casey O'Neill research. I don't know who this girl that she's fighting is, but one.
She's the
one
dog too.
I know plus 145 seems like good odds, but I'm too late to the party, and I have a mountain of other shit that needs to get done. So we'll just start with one of my picks, which is the first one. I'm taking Cheeto Vera over Davy Grant. I really don't know much about Davy Grant other than he's knocked out a bunch of bums and been submitted by Manny Bermudez, which is not all that surprising because Manny Bermudez has quite a bit of submissions on his record. I like Cheeto Vera. I mean, I think even despite the minor setback, that he is still kind of. I don't know if he's going to end up being in that top 5, all cemented in top 5 status, but he's going to be one of those guys. Like, he could make his way to being like almost a Nedson Barbosa level type guy, where it's just like, yeah, if you beat Cheeto Vera, you get the top 5 kind of a thing. And like I said, I don't know who Davy Grant is, and knocking out bums doesn't put you on that level to me, so I'm taking Cheeto Vera.
Damn, the Marlon Vera always throws me off. Like, I know Marlon Vera is Cheeto Vera, but like when I'm scanning over bets really quick, that's one I missed. I mean, this is a great, because what was his last fight? Jose Aldo, which is like, I mean, I know it's past his prime, but still, that Jose Aldo to Davy Grant. Yeah, I like that bet at minus 200. That's still not bad. All right, on to my lock of the week. I'm going main event. I can't believe he's a dog. Chan Sung Jung. I'm going plus 105 against Dan Ige. Look, Dan Ige has looked pretty good. He looks scrappy and he is tough. You know, he looked tough as nails against what's his name? Calvin Cater. He took an absolute beating, but just because you could take an absolute beating doesn't necessarily mean you're all that great of a fighter. And I think, like, yes, it's very easy to look at the Korean Zombie's last fight against Brian Ortega, but I'm ready to chalk that up as Brian Ortega just looking like a fucking god. And I'm just gonna scrap that. It's like, okay, that was more on Ortega than it was on Korean Zombie. I don't know. I feel like Dan Ige is just a little too small at the weight class for him to be like a serious threat toward the top. Like, maybe I'm looking at it over 5 rounds. Maybe Dan Ige could tire him out, but Chan Sung Jung's a tough motherfucker. This just seems like a good bounce back fight for him. So plus 105, I really like him.
I'm doing some research. It would appear that this Lara Procopio chick is actually reasonably. I mean, not that beating Molly McCann is anything to like hang a title shot hat on or something like that, but she, in her 7 wins, she's beat UFC competition, like mainstay competition, and not just the people that Casey O'Neal's beaten. So fortunately, I will not be last second adding that to my card. Last pick, I'm also taking Zombie. I for some reason, I don't know, man. I think this is just a me not willing, and maybe this is just drinking haterade, but I'm not seeing Dan Ige as elite. Now, I don't think Korean Zombie is necessarily elite anymore either, in the sense that he's going to be in that mix up there with Cater, Holloway, Ortega, and Volkanovski. Like, but I don't know. I mean, Dan Ige beat Mirsad Bektik, who I feel like a lot of people have beaten Mirsad Bektik lately. Mostly
And
because
who's Mirsad Bektik anymore too? Like, when was the
that's
last
what I'm
time
saying.
he
I
was
feel like
a
he just
name?
chokes every single fucking time he's in a fight.
Mhm.
Then he beat Edson Barbosa in a pretty contentious decision. But that, I mean, he did win, but still, I mean, it was like you said, it was just grit, gutted out. And also, even though he is small, Dan Ige has the credit where it's due, obviously. I mean, this is how he should have fought, but he has the anti-Barboza strategy where if you just keep recklessly running forward, Edson Barboza's brain malfunctions and he forgets how to fight.
Mhm.
So that works out well for him. Then he gets the fucking brakes beat off him by Calvin Cater, and then he knocks out Gavin Tucker. Who the fuck is Gavin Tucker? No offense to Gavin Tucker, but who's
I
Gavin
mean,
Tucker?
he's okay. He's pretty good, but not the level of people that we're talking.
Yeah,
Right?
and I
Like,
just think, like you said, Zombie's got one hiccup, and that was the fact that he got his ass beat. You literally got the brakes beat off of him by Brian Ortega, but that's it. Like he put up W's, sure, against maybe some aging opponents, but he looked kind of how we remembered him looking
mhm.
in those last couple, in the Moicano fight, the Frankie Edgar fight. I mean, and then he was beating Yair Rodriguez's ass, one of the all-time terrible gambling beats.
Yep.
Korean Zombie coming off of his military service, being a huge, like 3-1 underdog against Yair Rodriguez and whipping him pillar to post for 24 minutes and 57 seconds and then just dying.
Not even 59, dude. It was at the buzzer. You hear the buzzer as soon as he gets knocked out.
Yeah, what a terrible bad beat that was. So, realistically speaking, out of his last 4 fights, he has dominated 99% of them.
I hope
mean,
this isn't a case of like, holy shit, that guy fell off quick. And like Zombie goes out there, gets absolutely destroyed, and it's like maybe Ortega doesn't look that good. Like if Danny goes out there and schools him like Ortega, it's gonna be like, oh,
I
all
mean, I
right,
think it's going to be a tough fight because these guys
yeah,
both like to
duke it out.
they're no stranger to just testing the chin out, but yeah, I mean, it just skill wise, it just kind of seems like I'm not willing to buy into. I mean, and Korean Zombie goes a lot on grit, but when he wants to, I mean, he can actually box.
Yeah.
And not that Dan Ige can't box, but he just I don't know, man. That's like I said. I've had a million different things to do, and paying attention to this card is not one of them. But without reviewing a whole bevy of film. I mean, this read to me like, all right, as long as Korean Zombie doesn't try to make it a total tough guy contest,
Mm-hmm.
which unfortunately he might. But if he's really content to just, all right, I'll swing and bang for some minor 3, 4, 5 punch exchanges, back out, reset, and let's just do it again. I mean, if that's the strategy, even I feel comfortable. It's what I don't feel comfortable with is like a Gilbert Melendez, Diego Sanchez situation where they're just both going to sit there and literally go chin check for chin check.
Mm-hmm.
That could go poorly. But other than that, I mean, I don't see anything about Dan Igue's wrestling or ground game that's going to give Korean Zombie any problems. I'm not seeing it. And that underdog money, that's the value there.
Yeah,
You can't be betting Dan Ige as a favorite.
yeah, that's just you're drinking too much of the Kool-Aid. And even if you do win that bet, it's still like wasn't smart. Like just not smart betting for
Yeah.
Ige to be that much any favorite there. So those are our picks. As usual, you can find me at Broliva MMA. You can find Nick at _ a guy in a key, and you can find us at the Rest Round on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. So until next week, you guys, peace out, y'all.
So yeah.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, dude, take it easy.